My next guest, he is a former mixed martial artist. He is currently signed with BKFC Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship with a record of 5 wins with 1 loss. He's also the former BKFC bantamweight champion who will be looking to regain that title back when he takes on Reggie Barnett in a rematch when it comes to BKFC 20, Friday, August 20th, Biloxi, Mississippi. Please welcome onto the show the legend himself, Johnny Bedford. How you doing, Johnny?
And I'm well. Thank you very much for having me. You may
Also,
be you made me blush a little bit there, I guess. The legend. But
awesome, brother. Wait, well, thank you for coming on, man. How you been?
I'm well, brother. I'm well, man. Yeah, and thank you for having me. We're getting ready. Obviously, you said it. We were 7 days away, so yeah, this is part of the gig. I get to do some media obligation, talk to you guys, and it's always fun for me. So I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, real quick before we get started, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about here, Johnny. And obviously, you have a lot going on, but take a quick minute. Let the audience know who Johnny Bedford is.
Who Johnny Bedford is? Johnny Bedford's a man who's never quit. Johnny Bedford's a man who, uh, wow, yeah, I had a dream to be a professional fighter, and moved across country to Texas. Opened up a gym, was a kid, um, and just kept chasing this dream. Got in the UFC. Um, had a We won't go too much in that. The UFC career could have went better. Let some personal shit get in the way and whatever else. Was released. Found some success outside the UFC, and then bare knuckle fighting championships became a real thing. And truth is, I knew right away this game was going to be made for me. Um, it's hard to explain why. I just knew. Like I grew up rough, um, and I knew like this shit. Like this is going to be for me. And bare knuckle won. I got my shot and put that guy away second round and told Dave Feldman like, let's do this. Like start an 8-man heavyweight tournament. Let's do an 8-man bantamweight tournament. And that started, and I went through that and became the first ever bantamweight world champion for bare knuckle fighting championships. I've been here since the beginning, and uh, couldn't be happier.
Definitely. Now, see, you've been there since the beginning. You fought the inaugural BKFC event there. Now, for you, Johnny, though, of course, coming from a martial arts background, like with MMA, why'd you make the move to BKFC? What interested you about that? What intrigued you about it?
Um, I was kind of done with MMA, if I'm being honest. I've been there, done that. I'll just say it. I'm getting older, right? Like I don't want to do 5-minute rounds. I don't want to grapple. I don't have to wrestle off the bottom. Um, bare knuckles real, man. It's two guys standing in the middle. We're gonna find out who's tougher. Someone's gonna fall down. Someone, and I knew I'd shine just because of, like I said, I don't like just bad decisions. But young adult, I was a bad, like I made bad decisions, and I knew that it's cut from a different cloth somehow, some way. Like this shit is, they said bare knuckle boxing, and like I'm in. I knew right away, and yep,
Yeah,
here we are.
there's a lot of people that are, I guess, closed-minded people, right? When they say bare knuckle, they look at me and they're like, "Well, it's so barbaric." And I tell people, you guys don't understand. Like, if anything, like let's, for like MMA purposes, I do think sometimes I do tend to believe that MMA would just be better off getting rid of the gloves. I think, I mean, bare hands is a fight, man. That is a true fight. And of course, there's some padding and other purposes. I won't get into that stuff. But I mean, bare knuckle fighting championship, it feels a lot safer than what MMA is in general. Again, because you saying you're not taking kicks to the head. You're not getting knee to the head. Of course, you're gonna get cut up. And I spoke to Chris Lytle
Yep.
about this. You're gonna cut up, but I mean, I'm not gonna say less damage, but is it fair for me to say that it's safer than MMA, Johnny?
Oh, it's way safer than MMA, and it's way safer than even its adversary in boxing.
Yeah,
It was like, how can you say that? They got big boxing gloves on. Well, what do those big boxing gloves do? Those big boxing gloves turn those hands into weapons,
of course.
right? And what you put underneath those boxing gloves is gauze and tape that allows this guy to go basically punch a brick wall as hard as he wants. Then he puts an 8-ounce glove on, and then his coach tells him, go kill that guy.
Yeah.
Take all that padding off and take that glove off. He's not going to go punch that brick wall no more,
Oh, of
right? You don't
course.
get that luxury anymore. Boxing gloves were never invented for your head. They were invented because fights kept ending because I hurt my hands and I couldn't continue, or I'd win in a fight and I could never fight again because my hands are dust. Like, because you don't get the luxury of out there throwing Chuck Liddell overhand rights and shit, because just, yeah, one shot, you knock them out. But guess what? That same shot hits them on top of the head, you're out. You don't have a fist anymore.
Yeah.
You're one-handed now in a boxing fight. It's not a good place to be. You got to pick your shots. It's a million times safer, bro. I'm like a million times safer. You just bleed more. You hit the nail on the head, and you got to be okay with that. And luckily for me, I'm 38. I don't have a modeling career ahead of me. I'm good. I could take some stitches.
We're both on that.
But none of those stitches affect how I talk to my grandkids, and that's the real truth. Like,
yeah.
I'm not getting concussions. I'm not going to be out here shaking when I'm 60 with part. Like, I'm hoping, anything bad can happen, but it's safe, bro. I'm doing the right things. Bare knuckles, the safest combat sport there is. It's just bloody.
Yeah. And, bare knuckle is also the fastest growing sport. They're really killing it. Of course, being a vet, not as in, you fought through the first inaugural event. How was that experience like for you, Johnny?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. They've allowed me to do everything I said I was going to do. I told them I was going to be a world champion. I was going to be face promotion. They backed me the whole way, and I backed them, and I'm super thankful, honored. I'm happy for them. The success of this company is unreal. It's huge. It's awesome. I'm happy for everyone involved. I'm happy for me. What's good for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is good for my kids. And if they're getting paid, I'm getting paid, and that's the end of the game. And I've got mouths to feed and kids to put in college and ultimately retire one day. So again, they're getting paid, I'm getting paid. So I'm glad I'm here for the ride. I am honored to be a part of it. It's cool. Like, it's cool. I'm OG, right? Like, I've been here since the first one, and so is Reggie. So we're like this fight is huge, but yeah.
Now for you, like, isn't it amazing just to see how much this sport has evolved, though? Like, seeing it going from the first one out, you're gonna compete in the 20th event. What has stood out to you the most out of bare knuckle, though, in general, of as far as like their product and how it's evolved to you?
How fast it grew. I wanted to grow. Obviously, the first one was freaking awesome. I thought, like, I went backstage and said, "Holy shit, this is real! Like, we're gonna do this. Like, I get to do this again. Like, wow!" But like, of course, there was gonna be more. But like, I've been part of big events. I was at Knuckle Mania. I was at, dude, like, Paulie Malignaggi, Artem Lobo. Like, there's been big events, and Paige Van Zandt. Like that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Like, you can laugh and, yeah, she's pretty or whatever. Like, she brings people to watch, and that's why the promotion wants her, and that's why everyone should want her. And again, by them bringing her in and paying her whatever they're paying her, it's good for me too, because it just adds to my bottom line.
Definitely, a lot of respect to Paige. People want to say, "Oh, she's
Mhm.
pretty," or whatnot. Point is, she is
She
pretty. Like,
fights.
she doesn't have to. She doesn't have. If she really didn't want to fight or test herself there, she probably could be okay. Do it going to different avenues. But she's there competing, man, and she's fighting bare knuckle. Again, a lot of people are
Yeah,
scared to do that. And like you said, like with boxing or anything else, there's a false sense of security when you're punching, when you have the glove on there. Bare knuckle, you throw a punch, man, and you throw it at 100 miles an hour, you're probably gonna break your hand right there at the
100%.
beginning of the fight, and you're screwed, for however long the fight is. So it is a lot more. It's a lot more tactical. You got to be smarter, and a lot of respect to Paige and what everything that she's doing. But let's talk about you now, Johnny. You're going into this matchup. It's going to be a rematch. It's a huge event. Again, BKFC 20. Very excited to watch this fight, and it's going to be for the bantamweight championship. It's vacated right now. You're looking to regain it and become a two-time champ. What is the process that you're going through mentally, or how have you prepared for this match against a guy that you've already beaten?
I think a lot of people think it's hard to get motivated for a guy you've already beaten. I don't necessarily disagree. Life just has a funny way of working its way out. I've had to cut people out of my life recently. That person being my business partner slash boxing coach slash best friend. which has made me take myself out of my business. I own two pretty big gyms here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
And I've always done my camp inside of my gym. My coaches that I hire, employ, or partners, whatever you want to call, they coached me. We bring some sparring partners in and stuff, but for the first time in a long time, at least, I took myself out and I joined a different team, just a gym that only does pro boxing. So they're not an MMA school. They're not really doing fitness, but like they have some, but they got a really good team of guys my size. And ultimately they brought me in, treating my family from day one. But the truth was what I needed was accountability. And I needed someone to treat me like a professional athlete. That when the phone rang, I didn't look at it because it's my building. That when, you know what I mean, the UPS guy shows up and needs a signature, it's me taking my gloves off. It's like I needed to step outside and be held accountable. That if I didn't run at night, that he bullshit. Like you now you got to run twice today. Like, and it held me accountable. And because of that, shit, man, this has been the best camp of my life. Like I am grinding. Like, dude, they've held me accountable. I've been sparring nothing but left-handed guys, getting ready for him. We're sparring hard against the best guys in this area. I'm ready.
Definitely. Now, I'm always real cautious, Johnny, when I ask a fighter this, like, what's the kind of game plan going in? Because you may not want to talk about that kind of stuff going into that fight. But is the game plan different going into the second fight for you mentally?
I don't think I know how to go backwards. So let's just call it like it is. I'm gonna go forward. I'm just gonna go forward and be better. I'm gonna go forward and I'm gonna finish him this time. Like I sat him down 3 times the last time. He got up all 3 times. It's not gonna happen this time. I'm gonna break him because he's not gonna have the success in between knockdowns that lets him come back up. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping for 5 rounds if he makes it. I'm going to be the best I can be in 7 days. I promise that. And I'm in crazy good shape. I'm again sparring with guys that are flat out better than him, and winning and doing well. And
Why?
7 days, 7 days, I get my belt back.
What can people expect from Johnny Bedford when they watch him Friday, August 20th?
You're always going to see an exciting fight. I don't know how to be in a boring fight. I'm gonna stand in a phone booth if you let me. We can shrink that ring 10 more feet if you want. We don't need to run around. Let's just stand right in the middle and let's just shit. That's the fight I want to get into, right? And that's the fans. That's the fight the fans want to see. They want to see me stand in the middle, put my hands up. Come on, stand right here. Let's go. We don't need this big ring. We can stand right here in the middle, and we can find out who the baddest man is. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go forward for 5 fucking rounds, and I'm gonna get on him. And he's got tricks up his sleeve. I'm sure he's gotten better. He's training hard. I know he's motivated. I like Reggie Barnett. That's the truth. I like Reggie Barnett. I like him a lot. I respect his family. I talked to his mother 3 weeks ago. She messed me on Facebook when Dad put some silly post up, and I just to clear the air, I was like, no, don't worry, man. Your son is still fighting in 3 weeks. That dude's a clown. Let's move on. I'll see you then. And she just laughs like, you just called me right away. I was like, of course I did. Like I have nothing. I'm a fan of Reggie Barnett and I'm a fan of his family. But he's in the way of what I'm chasing, and that's that belt back.
Definitely. I mean, he's standing in the way of what you want.
Absolutely.
Now, why should people that have not watched BKFC tune in for your fight, Johnny?
Because it's freaking awesome. You want to see 2 guys stand in the middle of the ring and punch each other in the face? That's what you're going to see Friday night. Sorry. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You're not going to see anyone laying on top of each other, breathing, resting. It's not MMA. It's not clinching against the fence. If you're clinching, sure, you can clinch. That makes it more exciting than boxing because I can hold the back of your head as long as I'm punching. It makes it's the most exciting sport there is right now by far. Tune in. Don't miss it. Main event. My belt's coming back to Texas. You won't regret it. You'll love it. Show up, buy the pay-per-view, buy the app, and watch all the old fights because they're freaking awesome too.
Especially Johnny Bedford's.
There you go. There you
Awesome,
go.
Johnny. Well, last question before we close it out, Johnny. Yeah, are you planning? Maybe I know, of course, obviously nothing's guaranteed in the world of fighting, but what is your plan for the rest of the year? Are you looking to get one more fight after this one, or can you talk about that or anything like that? What is
Uh,
what you would preferably want?
that's a great question, actually, and I need to talk to Bare Knuckle about it. We got a little bit of a time crunch. I want to fight this year again. I want to
Okay.
get Reggie out of there. Um, I don't go too far into it. But I want Dat to come down to reality, get his
Okay.
head out of his ass, understand what he's worth, and come get this ass whooping that he's going to get because I'm coming for Dat win again. Um, and yes, I want to do that this year, and I'd like to do it as soon as possible because I'm getting married December 31st, New
Hey,
Year's Eve.
congratulations.
So if I fight like early December, I think she'd be okay with like a small black eye still or something. Like as long as I don't have like 5-day old stitches and shit, I think I'd be all right. But the real truth is I want to get it in early December because I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be available in January because right after our wedding, we're going to Costa Rica and damn it, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm
Yeah,
not going to be in training camp. And
eat some good food.
so if I don't fight in December, it probably won't be till like Marchish.
Mhm.
So that's obviously we got other shit to worry about first. I got to get through Reggie first. We got to see what's going on with the promotion. If that win's coming back, if he's not, he's coming back at this weight class. Like who knows? But there'll be more guys. Bare knuckles, the hottest sport, and our division is the hottest division in the sport. Like real talk, we're the best division in bare knuckle by far. It's not even like everyone could say they got bigger superstars, maybe, but I'm 5-1. Reggie's 6-1. Dat wins there. You got 4-0 Jerry Grant. What other you got Travis Thompson with 6 fights. I mean, there's no one else, no other roster that has the amount of fights and the amount of wins that we have for sure. So we're the hottest division in bare knuckle.
Definitely. And you can catch that Friday, August 20th, BKFC 20. Johnny Bedford takes on Reggie Barnett for the vacated bantamweight championship. Johnny, is there anything you want to let the audience know before we sign up?
No, man. Just appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate, anyone's watching this. Thank you. Thank you. Like truly, thank you. I'm 38 years old. I've been in this game a very long time. And it's because of people like y'all that give a shit that let me do this. So thank you. Yeah, for real.
Well, I appreciate your time, Johnny. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I can't wait to watch you do some work. And to the all the audience for tuning in, thanks for tuning in, folks. If you're gonna go out there, watch the fights, enjoy the fights, be safe, folks. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.